Snickles! Come eat the food. Come eat the food, Snickles. He doesn't like human food. Hey everybody, I'm Lauren Toyota from Hot for Food, and I'm back. It is a brand new year, and I'm coming at you with something very special today. Thank you so much to Interact for sponsoring and collaborating with me on today's video. I am taking part in the Interact $100 challenge, and my challenge is to give you cheap, lazy vegan meals for the week and all of the groceries for under 100 Canadian dollars. What? Yes, let's get shopping. Of course, cheap and lazy aren't really two things I keep as a priority when I'm making recipes for Hot for Food, but that's why this is a challenge for me, and I'm very excited. I know I can do it. I'm out to prove that eating vegan doesn't necessarily mean complicated or expensive, and in fact, most of the inexpensive items at the grocery store are vegan. So let's do this. Couple things to keep in mind. Typically, groceries are more expensive here in Canada. If you're shopping on a budget, you're going to want to look for the no-name brands, and typically you won't be able to buy organic on a strict budget. I'm doing cheap and lazy vegan meals, yes, but I'm also keeping them elevated and super flavorful. It's still Hot for Food, after all. It's super easy to make quick purchases under $100 with Interact Flash. It's just touch and go like this. I use Interact Flash all the time when I'm running to the grocery store and working out and testing recipes for Hot for Food. Now just a reminder, this is again 100 Canadian dollars, but I actually netted out at $88.92 for all of these groceries. Challenge accomplished. I'm going to show you how to make 10 unique recipes which are going to feed you 21 meals for the week. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner times 7 days in the week. And I did it large portions for one person, but you could easily do this for 2 people. And just to note, I'm assuming you already have cooking oil, a few spices, and baking powder in your pantry, so that isn't part of the grocery bill. Also, some of these things stretch a lot further than a week, like the rice, the flour, the pasta. You're going to have leftover ingredients, so you're really getting more than I'm even showing you in this video. So let's get started. You're gonna prepare some elements in advance, like cooked lentils, some jasmine rice, crispy baked tofu, and you're gonna roast your kabocha squash. Day 1, your breakfast is peanut butter and banana overnight oats and a coffee. For lunch, you're gonna have lentil and potato soup, and for dinner, a veggie and tofu stir fry with rice. Your first breakfast is peanut butter and banana overnight oats, and we're gonna make 3 of them for 3 days out of the week. In 3 jars, add half a cup of oats, a pinch of cinnamon, a teaspoon of maple syrup, and half a cup of non-dairy milk. Then pop the lids on and throw them in the fridge overnight. When you're ready to eat your breakfast, you can add a tablespoon of peanut butter and some extra sliced banana. And for the coffee lovers out there, I made sure to include whole bean coffee and vegan creamer in our grocery list. Coffee. You're gonna make a lentil and potato soup for a couple of your lunches during the week. Heat a large pot over a medium heat and add 2 tablespoons of mushroom broth. Once it's hot, saute finely chopped onions for about 2 minutes until softened. Add celery and minced garlic and continue cooking for about 3 minutes. If the pot starts looking dry on the bottom at all, you can add a little bit more broth to loosen it up. Once the celery looks cooked down a little bit, add thyme, oregano, and some ground pepper, and cook this for about another minute. Add in diced potatoes and stir and cook for about 3 minutes. This will let out some of the starch. Add in some cooked lentils and the remaining mushroom broth. Bring this to a boil and then simmer uncovered for about 10 more minutes or until the potatoes are tender and cooked through. At the very end, add in some lemon juice. You're gonna reserve 1 cup of this soup to use in another soup we're making, and then you can portion out 2 servings for 2 lunches during the week, and you will have some left over for an extra lunch, or you can freeze the leftovers. For dinner, you're gonna have veggie and tofu stir fry. To make the stir fry sauce, combine soy sauce, peanut butter, mushroom broth, lemon juice, chili flakes, and a small handful of cilantro in a blender until it's very smooth. Heat a cast iron skillet or non-stick pan over medium-high heat with some vegetable oil. Add your sliced white onion when it's hot and cook for 2 minutes, getting some light brown caramelization. Lower the heat to medium and add in your ginger, garlic, and the white parts of a chopped green onion and saute for about 2 more minutes. Add in sliced cremini mushrooms and cook these down for about 3 to 4 minutes. Then turn your heat back up to medium-high heat and add your sliced red peppers and some broccoli. I also included the stems. Toss this occasionally while stir frying for about another 3 minutes. Add in all the stir fry sauce and stir to combine for 1 minute on the heat. And your pan should be quite hot, so you can take it off the heat to thicken a little bit more and coat the veggies nicely. Add your veggie stir fry to your warmed up jasmine rice. Add some crispy tofu and garnish with some green onion and cilantro. Breakfast on day 2 is coffee with banana oat muffins. For lunch, you'll have chickpea fritters with a dipping sauce and pita wedges. And for dinner, we're making lentil bolognese. You can bake up these simple banana oat muffins in advance. It makes 12 mini muffins. First, open up your can of chickpeas, drain it from the brine. You're gonna reserve all of the brine for some other recipes, as well as the chickpeas. For the muffins, add a 1/4 cup of chickpea brine to the blender with rolled oats, 2 bananas, maple syrup, sea salt, baking powder, and cinnamon. Blend this until it's really smooth and pour it into a lightly oiled mini muffin pan. Top it with a few more rolled oats and bake at 350 for 15 to 17 minutes. We're gonna make chickpea fritters by mashing up our drained and rinsed canned chickpeas. Add the zest and juice of half a lemon, olive oil, finely chopped white onion, finely chopped celery, finely chopped cilantro, a little bit of chili powder, sea salt, and ground pepper. Then take a heaping tablespoonful and form balls with your hands. Place these on a lightly oiled baking sheet and then spray them lightly with a little bit more oil and bake them at 425 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. We're gonna make a dipping sauce for these made out of some of the roasted kabocha squash, some tomato sauce, some mushroom broth, non-dairy milk, olive oil, lemon juice, soy sauce, sea salt, and a pinch of ground cumin. And then blend that till it's very smooth. For lunch, you're gonna have the chickpea fritters with the dipping sauce and some pita wedges. For dinner, you're gonna have lentil bolognese. Heat a pan over a medium heat with a little bit of olive oil. Once it's hot, saute some chopped onion for 2 minutes until it's nice and soft and fragrant. Then add chopped celery, minced garlic, chili flakes, and oregano, and saute this for about another 5 minutes until the celery looks quite soft and cooked down. Then add in your cooked lentils, some mushroom broth, a little bit of soy sauce, and simmer this for 3 minutes. Then stir in your tomato sauce and combine. Reduce the heat to medium-low and let it simmer for about another 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. This lentil bolognese is for 2 of your dinners during the week. On day 3 for breakfast, you will have another peanut butter and banana overnight oats with coffee. You'll have leftover lentil and potato soup, and you can add some noodles in the mix. And for dinner, you'll have leftover veggie and tofu stir fry with rice. On day 4, breakfast is gonna be a coffee, obviously, and more banana oat muffins. For lunch, you can have leftover chickpea fritters, the dipping sauce, and pita wedges, as well as some more lentil and potato soup if you like. And for dinner, we're making a veggie pizza with homemade beer pizza dough. It's super easy. You're gonna take all-purpose flour and sea salt and combine that in a large mixing bowl. Create a little well in the middle of the flour and add vegetable oil and cold beer. Combine that with a spatula until it's mostly formed into a dough. Dump it out onto a lightly floured, clean surface and flour your hands lightly. And then knead this about 20 or so times until you get a nice, slightly sticky, smooth ball of dough. Flour a rolling pin and roll this out into a 12-inch pizza crust. Transfer it onto an aerated pizza pan and build your pizza with tomato sauce, the vegan mozzarella, some sliced mushrooms, sliced white onion, finely chopped broccoli, finely chopped red pepper, and a little bit of chili flakes and dried oregano. Now bake this in an oven preheated to 475 Fahrenheit for about 15 to 18 minutes or until the edges are golden brown and the bottom is slightly crispy. You can drink the rest of that beer with this pizza for dinner, and then the next day you'll have some leftover pizza for lunch. On day 5, you're gonna have peanut butter and banana overnight oats again and coffee. You can have leftover pizza for lunch, and for dinner, we're making Thai curry noodles and tofu. To make the Thai curry noodles and tofu, you're gonna take your can of instant green curry and add it to a blender with the zest and juice of half of a lime and 1 cup of fresh cilantro. Blend that until it's very smooth and set it aside. Heat a large pan or cast iron skillet over medium-high heat with a tablespoon of coconut oil. Once it's hot, add in sliced white onion and cook these for about 5 minutes, tossing occasionally. You're trying to get a bit of a caramelized caramelization on the onion, so they should be slightly browned up. Add the white parts of a green onion chopped up, some minced ginger and minced garlic. Lower the heat to medium and saute this for about 3 minutes. Ensure not to burn the garlic, and if anything is sticking to the pan, you can add a little bit of mushroom broth. Add cremini mushrooms and cook this for about 2 minutes until the mushrooms and onions are mostly cooked through. Add sliced red pepper and chopped broccoli and saute this for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. When I'm doing stir fries or curries, I like to keep my vegetables slightly crisp and not overcooked. Take a cup of diced roasted kabocha squash and mash it up with a fork. This is gonna help thicken the curry. Then add in all of the green curry you blended earlier, the remaining mushroom broth, and the crispy tofu you baked earlier also. Toss this to combine really well, lower the heat, and cover the pan with a lid, cooking for about 5 more minutes. Toss the entire curry in the pot you cooked your pasta in, and plate with green onion, chopped cilantro, and extra slices of roasted kabocha squash. Ooh, this looks so good! Day 6 is the weekend, so breakfast is gonna be some more of the banana oat muffins with coffee. For lunch, we're making creamy kabocha squash soup. And for dinner, you can have leftover lentil balinese. We're gonna make a really easy creamy kabocha squash soup in a blender. Add 1 1/4 cups of the roasted kabocha squash diced up, some roughly chopped ginger, that cup of leftover lentil and potato soup, some non-dairy milk, some tomato sauce, mushroom broth, the zest and juice of half of a lime, and sea salt. Blend this until it's very smooth. Heat it up before serving and add some more diced roasted kabocha squash on top and garnish with some green onions. And day 7, we're making banana pancakes for Sunday breakfast with coffee. For lunch, you can have your choice of either of the leftover soups. And for dinner, you're gonna have leftover Thai curry noodles and tofu. Your Sunday breakfast is gonna be simple banana pancakes. In a blender, combine 2 bananas, rolled oats, non-dairy milk, some more of the chickpea brine you reserved earlier, and cinnamon. Blend that up until it's very smooth. Heat a non-stick pan or cast iron skillet over medium heat and add some coconut oil in an even layer. Pour about a half cup of the pancake batter into the center of the pan and let it cook on one side for 1.5 to 2 minutes. Only flip it when the batter starts to bubble like this on the surface and the edges are looking a little bit cooked. Flip it and cook on the other side for another 1.5 to 2 minutes. Serve with sliced bananas and some extra maple syrup. There you have it, a week's worth of cheap, lazy vegan meals for a grand total of $88.92 Canadian. Can you believe it? Let me know what you think of this video and the recipes, and let me know in the comments below what you would buy if you had to do your own $100 challenge. Everything that I've made and all the recipes, the entire meal plan and everything is on hotforfoodblog.com, so check that out. And click the iCard here and check the link in the description because I have linked to a playlist of even more challenge videos. DIY, home decor, fashion, the whole thing. It's so fun. And thanks so much to Interact for sponsoring and collaborating with me on today's video. It was so fun. They gave me the biggest challenge of my career so far. I think I did a pretty good job, and I had a lot of fun actually doing this. So even though I swore I would never do a meal plan, I'm glad I did, and I might just do it again. I don't know. Follow me on social media at Hot for Food, at Lauren Toyota, and I'm here every Wednesday, so subscribe to Hot for Food. We're cooking up vegan love every single week, and I can't wait to do more in 2019. See you guys soon. Bye.